Let's start with the roots, deep into the foundations. Down past Alex Haley's great sensation. A deep, steep leap back into Africa's history, realizing it's a part of
his story.
Her story.
You, my, our story. It's the beginning of a journey to success, the roots that flow to the shoot
that ends with the fruits
of accomplishments. Not just the richness in mineral gold, oil, and uranium, but the wealth found in the preservation of family values that sustain in them to the next millennium. Our great history serves as a reservoir like root vegetables, and planted carrots to open our eyes to see what's capable, sustainable, traceable our African cultures like a sweet potato. It's edible, of mosaic delights, through tough ground and fights to soak up water,
to give the trunk rigidity,
to help withstand the storms of violence, oppression, hostility. Our great African spirit flows through the branches past
to the leaves intricately in its chloroplast,
where it's made green from photosynthetic processes, looking to the sun above for solar energy. It's the roots where you find those nice looking yams, ogusi and ugbona soup to complement the pounded yam, or beats to beat to the beat of an African drum. Cassava root hit your belly, make you wanna hum.
Yum.
So full of my heritage, forget my past, my roots been in, no I never did. Second to none but the king, that's my heritage. Born from Chief Felix, you son whose deeds merited recognition. Despite lackluster conditions, no favorable commission, still the sense of ambition in primary school students. Yes, that was his mission. Through education, providing a good soil, a foundation, and sow seeds to spring sweet strawberries for his nation. But we're more than a nation.
Africa, congregation.
And these are the similar values that we share. Family, with God at the head, and power of prayer. And this is the soil. This is the roots. Deep in the soil they sunk, gripping the ground to help stabilize his trunk. As we look deeper into the sap we see, flowing from the roots, the trunk, to the branches, into the leaves.
And now to the leaves. Close your eyes and remember back to Genesis when God painted our skin's limbs brown with melanin, each a unique creation, each leaf a person leaves together a generation. And when the fall falls, we fall, die in the winter, resurrect in the spring, and again we begin picking up where others end. Fused in the promise of tomorrow, lessons heard, shared, and borrowed, woven together with common history. A history worth listening to, lest we repeat past grievances that drove us from our former home. Home. Where is our home? Far too long as prodigals, we did roam without even a call to home. You see, my Africa is more majestic than they give her credit. The river Nile bathes her backbone, on Mount Kilimanjaro sits her throne. She is worth more than her weight in gold like bars stacked in Cairo. You see, my mother is unlike any mother I know. She is adventurous in the unknown.
A.
Fearless in adversity.
F.
Resilient in wartime.
R.
Intelligent in problem solving.
I.
Charismatic in crowds of strangers.
C.
Audacious in the face of danger.
A.
Oh, my mother has it all. She's got the whole world in her hand. She's got the whole world in her hand. She's got the
cradle of civilization
in her hands.
The start of our creation.
In her hands, plucked like a cesarean, and her hands open to release her children to the whim of the wind, like leaves from a mother tree. But a leaf is meant to leave. It floats and lands diasporically, like baby Moses set afloat in a boat, afloat with the hopes that he would grow to bridge the gap between two homes. When would the children return to finish their father's work? The harvest is great, but the laborers are few. Brain drain has become our biggest nemesis. We have the tools, but lack the apprentices. But back home, there's no such sign of this emptiness. Africa has flourished even in our absences. But Mother Africa knows when her children are missing. She is awaiting our great homecoming. But if you cannot stay, at least make a visit. Home. Where is our home? Where is it? No matter where you are, where the heart is, home is. Soil is home to the roots, and neighbor to the leaf is the fruit.
The fruit. And now we're at the best part. Yes, the fruit, the flesh, the seeds, the heart. Fruits of our
roots.
Fruits of our labor, fruits of our past, proof of the future, proof of our success. See, moss grows in the north, but thankfully this fruit grows in the north, south, east, and the west. Make no mistake, it is an accomplishment for Africa to have accomplishments, grow fruit in this dry political climate, arid economical environment, and yet despite all the bad weather together as a continent, still the tree can stand tall and strong, much like a monument, our home.
Make sure you honor it.
But as fruit, we owe it all to the
leaves, branches,
trunk,
and the roots.
Because where we've come comes from where we come from. So our plums are the lump sums of what we've done plus sun. That is to say that the movement of progress is measured by one. People, not per son. But progress can be measured per son.
Or daughter.
Or daughter. Or country even. Take Ahmed Tejan Kaba.
President of Sierra Leone.
Yes, the Revolutionary United Front he took from weapons. Yes, he took guns to prevent the further raping of his land for a crystallized hymen.
You talking about blood diamonds.
To prevent the further raping of his land for a crystallized hymen.
We're talking about blood diamonds.
Economic growth 4 decades in Botswana. Poverty is being destroyed in Ghana. The child of a poor nation becomes a president. Obama. See the many fruits, see the variety, hetero and homogeneous, it's in entirety, because Africa grows great grapes,
and
ambitious apples,
and
benevolent bananas,
and
of course presidential peaches. But the peak of our success, we haven't reached it. Each fruit forms food for the next generation, seeds, and the production of produce produces production for the next population, seeds. So we have to make sure we grow up straight and not get entangled, weeds, because with fresh fruit comes the temptation of powerful seduction, Eve. And with the first bite of corruption, evil juice trickles down the chin and the flow grows till trickle becomes eruption, and we've gone from
roots
to
Rot.
the fraud. It's fraught from
sweet
to
Bitter.
for the fall can follow fruit like fraud fellows on Twitter, and if the fruit rot, so do the seeds. Death of the next tree, no more juice and the soul bleeds, and our souls bleed. We cannot let it be, no, not when opportunity and examples of past success loom so close. See, so it's fruit of the loom, the better the sooner, rather the sooner the better. We succeed, once entangled, now freed of weeds, free to grow and birth the foundation of
new
new trees. Yes, new seeds.